Am I the asshole? For signing away a house to my baby mama even after finding out she put me on child support. The mortgage is in her name, but she put my name on the deed when our son was born. We were pretty much in agreement that it was her house. 4 years later, I keep our son on the weekends. 3 months ago, BM lost her job. She had me sign a piece of paper that said, handwritten, I no longer live at this address because she can't get public assistance unless she has proof we don't live together. My GF, who works in child support, says that she's trying to put me on child support. BM had always said she'd never do that, but then my GF showed me the statutes and I ran this by BM. She said she withdrew the application when she found out. Weeks later, BM says she can't get mortgage assistance unless my name is off the deed. My GF says that something seems off. I signed the docs anyway, but BM told me the SIG wasn't valid, so we agreed to meet again to re-sign. The morning of, my GF says I just got an email that a letter addressed to you from DSS is on its way. I text BM. She says she got a call about it and was gonna tell me about it this evening, and says it's probably just a notice, and that if she wanted me on it, she would have done it by now. My GF says she's BSing and explicitly tells me not to sign the deed over. Says that I need to file for 50-50 custody. GF tells me to call DSS ASAP. GF texts me an hour later with a voice memo with a rep from Public Housing Assistance saying I do not have to be off the deed for BM to get mortgage assistance. I called DSS back and find that BM deliberately went and submitted the child support application. GF tells me to stop all contact with BM and that this is now a legal issue. But none of this was consistent with what I knew about BM. I called BM and she admitted to everything, but said she didn't know about not having to have me off the deed. She said she is only using public assistance until next week, and then she is revoking the child support case. None of that explain why she had to have me off the deed, nor why she deliberately put in a child support application. I stated that because I don't need to be off the deed, I will wait to sign it over. She hit me with, so now you're trying to withhold my own house from me? And knowing her, if I pissed her off by not signing it, she would keep me on child support permanently. I signed over the house. My GF argued that I shouldn't give up the only asset that may help pay off the child support one day. I asked my family and co-workers and they disagreed, saying trusting her is my best option and that it'd be best to sign over the deed to keep the peace. My GF said my BM controls me and that I am spineless and that I had no reason to give away the only asset I had. She even went all the way to say that she felt betrayed and that I chose to appease my BM over protecting our household finances. We have been fighting all weekend, but I genuinely felt like I did the morally right thing, as well as the only thing that'll make BM drop the child support case. Hey child support. This is not rocket science. Also, your girlfriend is going to be fired for accessing the records of the mother of your child for personal reasons. You sound sketchy AF. You should be paying child support. Getting your name off the deed is the right thing to do. It's not your house and not your asset. Your GF is an even bigger asshole. You're the asshole if the mortgage is only in her name and she's the only one financially responsible. It is her house. The same house that your child lives in. Seriously, are you going to take your BM house or make her buy you out to get you off the deed? Have you paid the mortgage on the property? Everything else is irrelevant. Other than your only option is to force her to sell and share the proceeds with you. WTF, she put you on the deed was very naive on her part, since you're not financially responsible for the property. Be a better man and find a smarter, kinder girlfriend. You're the arsehole for not paying child support already. Taking your name off the deed is the right thing to do. So is paying child support. I don't understand women like your girlfriend who are fine with the men they are with shirking their responsibilities. Plus, should she be looking at your private information? Can she be fired for that? You're the asshole. You are put on child support because you have a child to support. You agreed that it was her house, so signing the quitclaim was the right thing to do. Your child deserves to be supported by both parents. Helping out here and there isn't enough. You also should not seek 50-50 custody simply to avoid paying child support. It should be because you want to love, support and raise your child. If it's not, pay the support and let his mom have full custody. Learn to put your child and his needs first. Most definitely, you're the asshole. You should have signed over regardless, since it was her house to start with, and she's the one paying for it. Your GF shouldn't have been abusing her position to find out about the support enforcement, and she definitely shouldn't have told you about it. Not the asshole for signing over the deed, but you should be paying child support already. Info: why aren't you paying child support? And why should your name stay on the lease of a house you admit wasn't yours? And tell your GF not to abuse her position to spy on your ex at work. She's the biggest tar here so far. You're the asshole. It sounds like BM put you on her deed when you were together, and that was a big mistake on her part. If you didn't contribute equally to the down payment and an equal share of bills, that was never your house, it was hers. Also, if your GF works for the courts in child support and she's bringing you information about your ex following a legal process, that seems like a fucking huge breach of her office. Your GF sounds petty, jealous, and immature. Drop her, quick, before you've got a second baby mama. Because the girlfriend? She'll go after you for every penny. Op is not very bright and easily manipulated. You're the asshole. Your kid is entitled to regular, consistent financial support from you, not just help with bills when you have cash to spare. You never should have been on the deed of the house to begin with. You should have been paying child support this whole time. The child's mother should have filed for it right away. Stop listening to your GF and start doing right by your child. You're the asshole. For a start, get actual legal advice instead of signing random documents you don't bother reading. And why is being put on child support such a terrible thing? Is it not your child? If so, you should be paying child support. You're the asshole. It's BM's house. You yourself stated you agreed to that. Paying child support is the law. Pay it. But are you paid when you lived there? Great. So, you haven't paid for how long? You are paying now? You should be on child support. You have a kid, you should be supporting them. Your GF is causing drama. Your only consideration should be what's best for your child. Fighting with the child's mother is definitely not the child's best interest. You're the asshole for not paying child support for your own child. Not the asshole for not significantly over the house though. It's not your house, you have no right to claim it. If she's applying for assistance, it's more than likely she didn't actually go after you for child support herself. It's not your house. There is no need for you to be on the deed. Your GF needs to stay in her lane. You should be paying child support. You're the asshole. You're the asshole, and your girlfriend needs to be reported and fired. It's what the mother of your child is doing. Your girlfriend is disgusting and should not be trusted to work in a job with sensitive information. Your girlfriend needs to stay out of this. Everything else needs to go through the courts. First off, you should be paying child support. It's your child. Second, by your own admission, it's not your house. Why would you consider it an asset to pay off your child support? You realize if you go for 50-50 custody, you will have to actually take care of the baby in your home 50 of the time, right? You'll have to pay for childcare so you can work. You'll have to buy formula and diapers from your own money. You're the asshole. Step up, be a man, support your child. You're the asshole. You should be paying child support. She has every right to put in for child support. This money is used to raise your child. Believe me, she is not trying to get one over on you, she is trying to survive as a single mother.